Short Girl Picker here. I wanted to go over the sales, and these are the sales from Friday, June 7th, all the way till Monday, June 10th. I did have a total of 34 sales, so it was actually a pretty good weekend. I'm going to start with the Yeti right here. I did send out an offer. They paid $22.49. After fees and shipping, I was left with $11.71. My cost of goods was $1, and so my net profit was $10.71. The next item was another piece of the Williams-Sonoma. They did pay $14.39. I sent out an offer. After fees and shipping, I was left with $5.62. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $4.62. The next item was a Vera Bradley purse. They did pay $23.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $14.05. My cost of goods was $3, and my net profit was $11.05. Okay, the next item was this really cute Steve Madden, like it's kind of a cosmetic pouch. They did pay $16.19 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $9.25. My cost of goods was $3, and my net profit was $6.25. The next was a pair of these Mephistos. They did pay $63.34 for these. After fees and shipping, I was left with $44.02. My cost of goods was $10, and my net profit was $34.02. The next item was these Converse. They did pay $49.14 for them. I did send out an offer for them, and they went international. After fees and shipping, I was left with $32.37. My cost of goods was $7, and my net profit was $25.37. The next item was this Prison Break Xbox 360 game. They did pay $26.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $17.86. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $16.86. The next item was a Kodak EasyShare camera. I did send out an offer. They paid $45 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $34.34. My cost of goods was $5, and my net profit was $29.34. I have another Vera Bradley purse that went out. They did pay $29.99 for this one. After fees and shipping, I was left with $18.32. My cost of goods was $3, and my net profit was $15.32. The next was a very large Disney plush lot. They did pay $50.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $32.31. My cost of goods was $5, and my net profit was $27.31. The next items were these 4 Jim Shore Santa Clauses. They did pay $36.54 for them. After fees and shipping, I was left with $32.31. I was left with $21.96. Cost of goods was $4, and my net profit was $17.96. The next was a set of this American Girl clothes. They did pay $14.39. I sent out an offer. After fees and shipping, I was left with $7.62. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $6.62. The next item was another international sale. This Dooney & Burke purse sold for $75.65. After fees and shipping, I was left with $53.52. My cost of goods was $20, and my net profit was $33.52. The next was this Ping Golf Club. It did sell for $44.98. After fees and shipping, I was left with $21.25. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $20.25. The next item was this Canon ink. They did pay $33.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $23.07. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $22.07. The next item was this Magnolia pillow. They did pay $29.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $17.91. Cost of goods was $1. Net profit was $16.91. The next was this big lot of Tuesdays. They did pay $37.39 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $21.92. My cost of goods was $3, and my net profit was $18.92. The next was this Elvis DVD lot. They did pay $50.99 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $33.97. My cost of goods was only $1, and my net profit was $32.97. The next was a Williams-Sonoma plate set. They paid $31.44 for that. After fees and shipping, I was left with $14.70. Cost of goods was $8, and my net profit was $6.70. All right, the next item. The next item was a Wagner ware. They did pay $110.49. After fees and shipping, I was left with $75.73. My cost of goods from the church sale was $4, and my net profit was $71.73. The next was a Mara Mexico mug. I've sold a lot of these. They did pay $26.99. After fees and shipping, I was left with $16.72. My cost of goods was $5, and my net profit was $11.72. The next was this Falscraft Hurricane. They did pay $27.09. After fees and shipping, I was left with $16.42. My cost of goods was $5, and my net profit was $11.42. The next item was this Warner Brothers Daffy Duck. They did pay $84.15 for them. After fees and shipping, I was left with $44.65. My cost of goods was $10, and my net profit was $34.65. The next was this Dimensions cross stitch. They did pay $91.80 for it. After fees and shipping, I was left with $70.70. My cost of goods was $6, and my net profit was $64.70. So, as I said before, the gold collection, you better keep an eye out for them. They're good. They can be some real good ones. The next item is my little Hallmark Ralphie. He did sell for $10.44. I sent out an offer. His fees were, after fees and shipping, I was left with $4.26. My cost of goods was 10 cents, so my net profit was $4.16. The next item was these Dansko sandals. They did pay $35.18. I sent out an offer. After fees and shipping, I was left with $24.18. My cost of goods was $12, and my net profit was $12.18. We have another Nikon camera here. They did pay $79.99. After fees and shipping, I was left with $61.67. Cost of goods was $10, and my net profit was $51.67. The next was these LL Bean, they're serving dishes, so a serving bowl and like a serving plate. They did sell for $46.74. After fees and shipping, I was left with $25.91. My cost of goods was $6, and my net profit was $19.91. The next item was these, the Tupperware, sorry. They did pay $29.74 for the Tupperware. After fees and shipping, I was left with $14.51. Cost of goods was $8. My net profit was $6.57. We have another Nikon. This one sold for $139. After fees and shipping, I was left with $109.99. My cost of goods was $30, and my net profit was $79.99. So, the next item was an Etienne Anier purse. It did sell for $39.73. I sent out an offer. After fees and shipping, I was left with $25.06. My cost of goods was $8, and my net profit was $17.06. The next item was this pair of Rothy's. It did sell for $50.99. After fees and shipping, I was left with $38.29. My cost of goods was $30, and my net profit was $8.29. Lesson learned, I was going to buy these shoes for myself, and then I got them home and they did not fit. I paid too much for them, but I thought I was going to keep them, and it didn't work out that way. So, lesson learned. Next item is these butterfly twists. They did pay $26.59 for them. I sent out an offer. After fees and shipping, I was left with $15.33. My cost of goods is $5, and my net profit was $10.33. And the last item on the last item here is this Anthropology mug. They did pay $33.99. After fees and shipping, I was left with $18. My cost of goods was $2, and my net profit was $16. And I believe that video just came out, so that's a pretty recent video. So as I said before, a total of 34 items sold for $777.15. So $777.15 was my net profit, less any taxes or expenses or something like that I might have. If you want to find the eBay store, you can find that down in the description below. There is a link to the eBay store. If you want to watch the video for some of these items that just sold, you have to go to the Short Girl Picker channel. The video we just put out is a really good one. I found a lot of really great stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.